Known as the kicking machine, Muay Thai superstar Superlek is one of the most dangerous and inventive strikers in modern combat sports. Known for marching forward with rapid-fire, shinned aggression, his incredible kicks have chewed through opponents' limbs and sent many to the shadow realm. He's able to get away with being hyper-aggressive because he's a brilliant strategist with an insane ring IQ. In his rematch with the dangerous English elbow striker Jonathan Haggerty, Haggerty started off with hyper-reckless boxing combinations. Rather than shrink back, Superlek came forward, trapping his, at this point predictable, jab and ducking under his right to intercept his attack with a tremendous elbow of his own. This intelligent aggression has been developed over a lifetime of fighting. Superlek began his Muay Thai journey at age 8 at the famed Kayat Mutkau gym, surrounded by legends of the ring. He quickly took to the sport, capturing multiple titles and clinching Fighter of the Year before he was even 18. After taking championships in the prestigious Lumpini Stadium, he moved on to one championship, where he's turned back world-class opposition like the Japanese legend Takeru. In his recent incredible win against Rodtang, he stood toe-to-toe and matched the action, proving he was made of the same kind of metal as the Iron Man. We'll be covering that epic battle later on in the video. The kicking machine is still firing on all cylinders and doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. So in this video, I'd like to take a look at how Superlek utilizes his superior fight IQ to dominate the world's greatest martial artists, so we can learn how he builds his genius but unusual style, and how he pairs that style with effective strategies and adjustments mid-fight. Superlek's knockout of Daniel Williams is another terrific example of the kicking machine dialing in an intercepting counter. But it would not have been possible if not for the unique way he throws his kick in the first place. From his quick-angled step-out to the last-moment turn of his hip, Superlek's kick is crafted around power, and he believes that leaning back would weaken the impact. He even leans forward into his step, similar to throwing a punch. And he'll lean a little bit forward after kicking as well, ensuring he's able to immediately charge forward into the next attack. You might notice that when William throws, he's often completely out of position, badly aligned and able to be cornered or countered. But by staying balanced, Superlek is able to throw again immediately. Notice his upper body stays stationary, leaning forward with only his hips moving back as he leg pulls, ensuring Superlek is able to follow up right away while Williams is left completely off balance and struggling to correct. This philosophy ensures total freedom of movement in any direction at any moment. Crucial for Superlek, as he prefers to defend by finding safety at close range. Even after whipping a head kick, Superlek was able to smoothly shell up, circle out, weave under a punch, and return a leg kick without missing a beat. So his kicking technique brings him power and balance. But the third and final element that ended Williams' night is deception. Since Superlek's torso barely moves, opponents can't tell when a kick is coming or where it's going. When Williams threw a powerful overhand, a tremendous roundhouse that he'd never seen coming rose up to meet him. And lest you think this is a coincidence, here's the same sequence. Superlek slipping inside to avoid Williams' cross, landing a brutal kick at the very start of the fight. And again to evade a hook. The ability to move towards an opponent's most powerful strikes while intercepting with a powerful strike of your own is the sign of a truly god-tier counter-striker. And if you obtain this skill, you can add the weight of your opponent's strike to your own, nearly ensuring a knockout. But how the hell do you do that against this guy? Against the vertically endowed fighter Nabil, Superlek stuck to the basics. No matter how large the task, you just have to use the right tool for the right job. Superlek did struggle with the range for about 30 seconds. After whiffing and taking 2 counters, The kicking machine decided not to kick before first getting into range. He would press forward and force the relative giant to attack him. Notice the multiple layers of defense, attending to every threat as he shortened the range. Rather than go straight for Nabil's head, Superlek wisely invested in body blows. They must have hurt, since Nabil allowed himself to be cornered off of feints alone. It was the body punch head punch combination that ended the bout in the first round, although Nabil was already falling before the headshot could even reach its mark. This constant control is a staple of pressure fighters in Muay Thai, and was on full display in his TKO of Kalalov. Superlek will control his opponent by constantly disturbing their guard and balance.
Right from the opening bell, which he did, and not... Oh, that's all! Wow. Waves it off!
He's got sticky hands, meaning when Superlek is in full attack mode, if he can touch you, he will touch you. Notice how in between strikes, Superlek constantly pushes Kalalov off balance or tries to pull down his guard, before launching into damaging attacks. It leaves opponents whipped around and under assault, trapped in a tornado of punishment and disruption.
Face of Kalalov, and then a body kick for good measure, and another big elbow with a right.
Yeah, Kalalov is in serious trouble right now. The distance that Superlek is coming into with those elbows, he's just coming.
Mixed with the aforementioned feints and perfect upright balance, the kicking machine is finely tuned for unrelenting pressure. His cross-frame control into a 1-inch elbow is a beautiful display of martial arts mastery. It's one of those things they would call unrealistic in a movie, but Superlek can knock you down from an inch away because he is the protagonist. Now let's get to what we've all been waiting for. What tactics did Superlek use to turn the fight around and defeat Rodtang? In my video on Rodtang, I mentioned that even though he portrays himself as a marauding berserker with a granite chin, he's also an expert tactician, molding his approach to dismantle his opponent's defenses. In fact, he'll use their own defense against them. A few key examples include how he carved around Jacob Smith's long block with corkscrew rights and ripping elbows, and the way he split Himich's high guard with up elbows. But in their iconic bout, it was Superlek who used Rodtang's defense against him. Superlek had a tough start. Rodtang exploited his high guard to land an elbow up the middle, cutting him badly. The two took turns trading and barely evading each other's blows. But Rodtang was like a shark smelling blood in the water, applying non-stop pressure. Superlek rallied back, determined to show he could continue and that the fight did not have to be stopped due to the cut on his forehead. He took some hard shots, but discovered a tactic that paid dividends in the second.
To an end, as Superlek is covered in blood.
Rodtang's loose midguard is ideal for countering, allowing him some defense while providing a clear line of sight and a decent range of offensive options. But now Superlek used it against him. Controlling both wrists at once, Rodtang had nothing he could counter with. Once Superlek noticed that Rodtang had no good response to this common tactic, he went to work. Gripping Rodtang's guard, he pushed him into the ropes and off-balanced him, setting up brutal knees and elbows. Rodtang wasn't outclassed though, and eventually made some adjustments of his own. It's an amazing fight, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a full breakdown in the future. However, Superlek's ring IQ won him the day, allowing him to come back from a tough first round and ultimately edge an incredible fight between two living legends. Superlek is a testament to how diverse the art of striking can be, both in regards to movement and strategy. The greatest strike in the world is meaningless if you don't know how and when to use it. If you want to incorporate high volume kicking into your own style, there's few better you can study. One Championship has been putting on amazing shows like these for a long while now. I would recommend catching their One Friday Fights on Amazon Prime if you want to see some great Muay Thai, kickboxing, or MMA. From the Modern Martial Artist, this has been David Christian, wishing you happy training.